Hi there, welcome to Gategully, a Dwarf Fortress playthrough from the fine folks at Nearly Enough Dice. Well, it's not really the folks, because it's just me, Mike, from Nearly Enough Dice, and I'm not sure how fine we are. I'm not that fine. So, anyway, now when last we left our heroes, I was in the middle of doing something completely possibly stupid. This is the exciting cliffhanger. I'm about to carve that block away, hoping that I will then be able to drain all this area here without flooding my entire fortress. There's a great over open space there which leads into a great big huge long tunnel, so I am hoping there is a floodgate right on where this dwarf is standing. So if it all goes horribly wrong, I can flip that lever and change that. So we're just going to see whether or not that works. Why? Oh, you moved diagonally. I didn't think you could do that. Well, okay, we're not flooding the fortress, which is good. We do seem to be growing a sapling, which is... I wouldn't say it's bad. I'm not sure it's particularly good. Now, there's a couple of things that I've been, while this is flowing and while we watch this, I'm going to try a couple of DFHack tweaks to speed up my frame rate. So, actually the first thing I'm going to do is make sure my dig flood limiter is back on. But, tweak stable temp is supposed to help. Fix stable temp apply. So these are things I'm typing into DFHack. And tweak fast heat. Well, none of those seem to have made particular differences. Possibly it's because those aren't the problems that I actually had. Oh, and that channel's happened as well. So that's why they're going moved. So now there is a great big huge space. This just goes straight down. So anything from here, the original pit of shame, will just flow straight out. So yes. So hopefully all this area is just gonna flow out. And I'll be able to reclaim this limonite apart from anything else. Maybe build some walls and other access points into this area. So this open space, so that the water from the aquifer will just pour into empty space and everything will be great. Ideally, I'd like to arrange like a floodgate, but I don't think you'd have a floodgate in mid-air, which is I suppose reasonable. Maybe I could do it with a retracting bridge, a bridge that retracts rather than lifts. Maybe that would work. So I can block off that flow entirely without making water go to other areas of the fortress. Oh, that's pretty exciting. I noticed those tweaks didn't do me any good. So it's those are supposed to be the tweaks I used were stable temp, a fixed stable temp, and tweak fast heat. And what they're supposed to do is, if there are items that are hotter or colder than their environment, then there's this checking that goes on about whether or not should they be adding stuff, should they be cooling down, should they be doing this, should they be doing that, and that is all kind of causing problems. Oh, they're already in there grabbing stuff. I thought I'd forbidden all the limonite in here. Apparently not. Wow. I don't know where you're going. I was certain I'd forbidden everything in here. But there you go. Oh, it's so nice to have actually managed to reclaim something for once. You know, to actually successfully get what I wanted. Hurrah. I was certain I thought I'd forbidden everything in here. Yeah, oh, never mind. I'll take what I can get. Plus, I mean, any dwarves who do come through here, they go through all this nice mist, and they're going to be happy. Ecstatic, look at that. Comforted by a lovely waterfall. So there you go. Ha! Well, any reason I can think of to not just unforbid everything? No reason at all. So D, B, C. I'm just going to make sure I get them all, so I'm going to do it to a really huge area. Wow. Okay, so someone said can't... Okay, I've run out of fruit to brew. That's okay. I've got a lot of junk. What have I got in the way of drinks? So I've got lots of different kind of wine. I've got cranberry wine and blueberry wine and raspberry wine and ale and beer and rum. Rum! Where's the rum gone? Down the necks of various dwarves. Apple cider. Quite a lot of apricot wine, that's interesting. Dwarven wine. I can't remember what dwarven wine gets made from. Well, actually, should probably... I've suddenly realised that I've been allowing them to cook with wine, and I'm going to not let them cook with wine anymore. We're not French! We are not French. Oops, nope, I've done the wrong thing. Yeah, so I'm not going to let them cook with alcohol, because I want them to drink the alcohol. Got a lot of rye beer. That's nice. Because only having 1,623 drinks is clearly not enough with my population 210. I might be being slightly paranoid, but 10 drinks per dwarf. I mean, the advantage of that is that if anything does go horribly wrong, like I don't realise that someone has stopped brewing, which is actually, I mean, that's the thing that happens. But when they stop brewing, because very briefly they run out of brewable things, and so they just completely stop brewing. And like, you know, I've got this cancel brew drink from fruit thing going on here, and that means now that the brew drink from fruit job is now gone. And so if I get new fruit, they won't automatically start brewing again. If I run out very briefly of non-fruit plants to brew, then they won't reinstate that, which is not what I want. But what can you do, eh? Where's my farm's workshop? Now. Talking about things, plants. Right, I don't got no pigtails. Where's seeds? I do have lots of pigtail seeds, but for some reason I'm not getting much in the way of pigtails being planted. So let's go to Z, stocks, enhanced view, pigtail seeds. No, that's annoying. So So I've got 234 pigtail seeds. Toggle grouping, Shift E. Oh, interesting. Oh. That worked. I was tab. I don't know what I was thinking. Tab was shift grouping. So there's lots of pigtail seeds. Shift Z. So there are pigtail seeds in pigtail seed bags sitting there, not being used. A, B, C, D. So that's not. Yeah, but problems are going on. But why are they not planting pigtail seeds? Because I currently have no pigtail plants, which is, and so I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any. They're not making pigtail cloth for that reason. And that's also why I can't process plants isn't working because I need pigtail plants to be processed to make pigtail cloth. They're not planting pigtail at the minute, and I'm not sure why. Oh, it is so aggravating. Why can't they just do what they are told to do, eh? What are you doing? With your grabbing a plant here, you're brewing a drink from that plant. That's good. You got some cave wheat. Cool. Oh, lots of ammo all of a sudden, which there weren't before, so that's all good. No one training. That's not quite so good. But that's there, so D. And go up and then hit enter and then go down. And then go hit up and then hit enter. May have to do a thing. What's up above here? Because that's a hole. Okay. Let's chop down that tree. See if I've kept my tree tally. Ooh, I may not have kept my tree. Ah, there we go. That's my tree tally. Piece of paper. Tree tally. 107 trees left before the elves come back. And their lust for trees. I think it's unnatural and wrong, if I'm honest with you. But I'm just going to quickly hit A to get rid of that. So I'm basically going to... What I'm doing is I'm digging out an area here because I want to make a slightly... I want to make a slightly better firing range. Not that they're using the firing range I've got, but one of the things you are very often meant to do is behind your archery targets, because here's someone marks dwarfing away, and so the arrows that miss, right? You want to have you want to have a channel behind the target, so the arrows that miss will fall to the floor and get picked up. But I can't do that because the layer underneath here, this is aquifer, and so then there'll just be water everywhere. So I'm digging out this area, so I'm slightly higher up. Well, I'm one thing higher up. But you have to be slightly cautious because of the tree roots. There's a possibility that that's opening up the outside, which obviously I don't want. Oh, excuse me, nearly sneezed. But it doesn't look like that's happening actually. I think I may have been slightly paranoid. The roots grow through the floors, it seems, so I think it might be okay. Let them dig. It's kind of a shame that tree roots don't kind of leave something behind when you cut them. I'm not quite sure what they'll leave behind, but you'd expect them to leave behind us something. So lots of soil here. I could build a farm, but I'm not going to. Dig, 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 dig. See, that's annoying. Because when this happens, brewer cancels brew drink from plant, needs on rotten plant. That means one of my stills has now lost the job to brew. And they won't reinstate it when I get new plants in, which is slightly irritating. Right, DH, so I'm going to want a channel. Yeah. So they'll get onto that. In fact, I'm going to... Don't know if I can do it from here. No. Is there a way of getting rid of those downwards? No, I don't think so. There we go. Do it from here. And while I'm here, these are all to be removed. Yep. So once they've been all removed, then I redesignate them up top. But I have to wait for them to actually be removed because they're not, you know, I can't just say move that. I've got to have it removed and thus it'll then be a spare, not used archery target, and then I can move it upstairs, I think. Either that or they just get made into rocks again. Either way, I'm going to wait for them to do that. I think you... Well, let's find out actually. Build. Shift A archery target. Okay. Oh, you make it out of things. Okay, let's make it out of blocks. Shift A. Blocks. Shift A. Because they were rough before. And, you know, obviously want my guys to feel that they've got... the best. I want them to know that I love them. Of course, I could be making it out of soap if I really did care about them, because soap is actually quite a valuable material. But you know, let's not go crazy. Okay, so there's going to be. Looks like there's. Sure, it's a shrub. Okay, I'm going to floor this over. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about flooring it over. But then, you know, I wasn't quite so sure. Again, go with the chair blocks. But now, if there's going to be shrubs growing in there, that is just going to be irritating. So, yeah, and the tread blocks. Because I'll go with the usual thing. What do you think we are, elves? We're not elves. We don't have everything made of soil and someone's planted a pigtail. Look at it. Gaze upon it. What's that? Oh, okay, right. Look, they've planted a pigtail. I'm so happy. I thought it might be because of the season, because it's now late summer as opposed to early summer. Maybe they only do their plantings in the early season, but no. Oh yeah, that's another thing I was thinking of doing. Blocking off the caverns completely. I mean, I've kind of left these caverns open so I can, you know, mine out certain types of rock that I like and find trees to cut and things like that. But I'm beginning to think that, well, maybe that's not helping my frame rate. Right. We get to text. Give it a name. Upper Cavern. Drawbridge. Okay, and I cannot remember if I've already linked it up. So not that drawbridge, not that bridge, not yes that bridge. I can only see that means it hasn't been done already. So there you go. Sweet. That does remind me actually. Now this isn't. Ah, that is showing that bridge. Okay. So I'm now in a stage where I can link up that building to that leads to that building there. I'm going to cut down these trees because I'm not sure, but something collapsed on the surface and then suddenly my drawbridge was gone. 105 trees left. And I have a sneaking suspicion that a tree grew, and I've heard things about trees growing and then smashing. And the trees grow and then they collapse, and it's possible that that's what's happening. And maybe what I need to do is build a structure around my atom smasher so that doesn't happen, or build it underground or something. But I like it being overground, I do. So we'll do it that way. Okie dokie. Pig in a pokey. Still have an awful frame rate. Don't want Shift F1. There we go, want Shift F2. Okay, this is still all ongoing. Still flowing through. I would quite like it to get to like not just the occasional one. I mean, there's the occasional. I just noticed there that was actually very briefly free of water, so I'd quite like that to all flow through. There is another thing I do want to check actually, which is F8, I think it was. Yeah. So here is the very bottom of that long tube, and I was getting a bit worried that it might start filling up. But no, it seems to be once you get to 111 below, it fills up, and everything else, it just flows through. I have a sneaking suspicion I could be doing this a lot better in ways that won't cause me so much hassle. Let's go to F4. There you go, my huge cavern of enormousness. There may well be ways of making, so I'd quite like to be able to block this off, or at least block off the whole tube, so that none of that flowing is happening. It all just gets contained into here. So that'll probably, well, I can't hurt my frame rate. It may not do anything, but it's unlikely to actually hurt it. So there you go. So it's actually the water's beginning to drain completely out of this area, which is quite pleasing. In fact, I may not need this. Let's go look. Yeah, you see, even this is beginning to drain out because less and less is coming directly from up here. Is this grate here, which is my, stop the cavern, stop this from flooding my entire dungeon, and that quite clearly isn't needed as much anymore. Because it's still nice to have that safety valve, but I don't need it in quite the same way as I had before. So that's nice. That's very nice. JMQ smelt limonite. I'll just have another one of those going. Should probably set up a limonite quantum stockpile, preferably near my smelters, like around here somewhere. So maybe build. I've got one for my marble, because that's for that's a flux stone, so I rather do want that all in one place, and make sure all the marble I have is gathered in one place. But a limonite one would be quite a good idea as well. So there you go. There's someone grabbing some limonite, not some limonite, some marble. So that's kind of neat that they're doing that. I should probably mine some more out, actually. Which is in fact what I was doing here. Is this marble? Yeah. The trick is to make sure that I'm not also opening up the caverns, because I don't want to do that. And obviously, I can go lower down, and if I don't want to, if I close off the caverns, I've still got access to marble. And I might want, I might want to close off the caverns, because that's still going. I may want to close off the caverns because that's I'm hitting F5, not F6. That will explain it. Okay, so someone's doing that. I want to block off the caverns, because it's possible that's causing a lot of my path finding issues. Maybe if I do something like make all the caverns restricted. F3. There's some rather clever things, again using DFHack, where you can do like flood fills. So you can flood fill a traffic. So I block off the caverns here, right? And then I in the cavern itself, I designate that all to be restricted traffic. With some options to like fill across Z levels, include buildings and stockpiles, and tum. So I quite like that as an idea. So then the caverns as a whole will be designated restricted traffic, so they will only try and pathfind into it if the dwarves actually need to go there, as opposed to just checking. Because a dwarf, the thing is, a dwarf standing here who wants to go to the dining room doesn't actually know, or the game doesn't know, that this cannot possibly lead where they want to go. So it will check down here, and depending on exactly how it's working, it may check all the way through the caverns and spend ages and ages and ages and ages doing that, until, wait a minute, it turns out no. In fact, I could possibly do it quicker by literally building a door. I can, even if it's not. Yeah, actually, I can just do that. Even though that door, I'll probably keep it open. And really, the trapdoor is to, if a forgotten beast comes along, because a forgotten beast is that much less likely to be able to crash through an actual bridge. Was I saying trapdoor? I mean drawbridge. An actual forgotten beast is that much less likely to be able to crash through a raised drawbridge than they are a simple door, right? Because there are some beasts that are held back by locked doors and they just won't come through. But there are some beasts that just blow straight through them. And that's when you want a nice big huge drawbridge, because that becomes a wall when that's flipped. But in terms of, as I understand it, using fill traffic is the DFHack command in question. Then the door will do just fine. Now, the difficulty comes if I have it wrong and it turns out that there is some other exit or some other entrance into the caverns. Like when I was doing my stairway down, when I was looking here, last episode, one of my stairways, see there's a thing. Where I tried to build a wall here, and nobody did. I have some odd things. I should make something out of that gold, seeing as I've got it. So, that's a theoretical, that may well be considered a path into the caverns. And so might that. Put into blocks again. I'm putting it into blocks because I want to maybe put fortifications there, but I'm not sure. But yeah, for some reason those two, they're not being built. I don't know why. But I had another thing where just the underside, is that blocked off? Yeah, that's an actual straight up wall. Down here somewhere, I cannot remember where it was. It's actually down the shift F1, I think. Yeah, down here somewhere. It turns out that actually those I may have to deal with this. You see here opens up into empty space. So that is in fact, as far as pathfinding, I mean, certainly flying monsters can just fly up, and I need to fix this. I did fix this, or attempt to fix this down here. So I'm flooring this bit over, and I've changed. So I can just do something here. So basically, I'd got down here and found the caverns, and then I said, okay, I'll build out here and then down to go around that bit of the caverns, and then somewhere around here there's warm stone, which is I couldn't go any. Yeah, down here there's damp stone. Yeah, and then there's warm stone. So there's somewhere around here there's unpleasantness that I don't want to deal with, and I'm trying to do other things. But this here opens out into the open, and so they may be doing frame rate. That may be doing frame rate damage. So I'll just do the same here. construct an up-down stair here. Yeah. And so basically, at the moment I've got kind of this dog leg that goes around these caverns and back to that main stairway. But I just have to do it one level higher than I currently am and then block off this area here. And I'm suddenly realising that way down here, right here, I've done this by building a floor. And really all I need to do is build a single wall there. And then all that's... So that was that's a complete waste of time. But I need to do something similar here. But I've got to wait for someone to build that first. Just checking that it has... Yeah, that has in fact worked, so that's a constructed up-down stairway. Which was originally just a downward stairway. So now it goes up to here. Yeah, and maybe, you know, this is all just, let's try various things to, oh, there's that there. I don't know if anybody's in the caverns, and I don't have any way of, that I know of finding that out. But let's just for fun keep it tightly closed and forbid passage. Well, interestingly, I'm not getting any cancellation messages. So either no one was in the caverns at the time, or there is some entrance I don't know about. It's certainly not done anything enormously obvious for my frame rate. So that's yet another thing that I don't think is going to help me. Nuts. I really wish I could find out what the problem is. You know, what specifically is causing the problem with the frame rate? Is it just a huge population? Is it... you know, I do have, you know, 210 dwarves. How many babies have I got? Dwarven children, where is that? 97. So, you know, still just under half are, you know, useless babies. This area here is not caverns, so I must not breach the caverns. Is this floor in here? That's open space. So it might be an idea to very carefully avoid. Maybe lead a way to get from there to there from here, but then I don't know. That shouldn't matter because I'd have to do clever things to climb up to get this marble anyway. So, masterpiece steelhead trout roast. Wow. Someone's going to eat some masterpiece food. So I think I'm just going to keep grabbing this lot until it, you know, get as much as I can. Well, no, okay, so pretty much everything I've tried to do to get my frame rate to not suck has failed. Which is kind of sad. I'm not, you know, I really probably shouldn't even be trying to play it at this stage. Yeah, 13 frame rate when it's good. It's not very easy to play, and it just makes things take forever. You know, changes I make and orders I issue take for a long time to get done, simply because the frame rate is so low. Interesting to see if I can do some other flood fill. Yeah, well, actually, there's a command called rev flood, which is this command will hide the whole map, then reveal all tiles that have a path to the in-game cursor. So I would like move the in-game cursor to here or something, and then hit rev flood. So that will actually blank the entire map as if I'd forgotten everything, and it'll then show only the map that is accessible by that cursor. Which that might be a thing that will so I will stop checking what's going on in the caverns. I might save scum that and see if that helps. It would also tell me if I've got paths to places I don't want their paths to be. That's what I would really particularly like to do. Yeah. I think that would be quite a nice thing to be able to do, just to check to see what's available. But I don't want to do it in my real game, because then I might end up accidentally revealing stuff that I don't want revealed. Yeah, stuff I haven't actually seen. But yeah, there are times it would be quite nice to be able to kind of to see exactly where you have paths to, and so you can learn how to turn those paths off, how to make it so you can't get from point A to point B. There's a burrow. Is there a burrow flood? Because I could make a whole random burrow, for example. Allows manipulating. There's lots of DFHack burrow controls. I quite like the idea, the one that automatically expands as you dig. So if you are, if you've got a burrow called like inside or something, and you want to, you dig some holes, it'll then add the new tiles that you just made, the new tiles you just opened out. It'll actually add them to burrow inside, which is kind of cool. There's some interesting things I might be able to do. Some interesting concepts, but I might do some save scumming and experiment on a copy of the game that's not in fact my current game, so I can see what the effects are without actually completely breaking everything. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That is dead nice. I'm quite pleased with that. Can I DP? Ooh, I miss this. wondering if that's a shrub I can pick things off. Muddy sweet pods. That's more limonite for my collection. Right, now, that's a lavish meal task that I have in the jobs manager. But I should have... Yeah, these should be on lavish meals on repeat. So that shouldn't be a problem. Now I need to go to all my stills and remind them. To just... I don't have any fruit at the minute. So there you go. Let's go up top. Hey, pigtails being planted. I was so cross because pigtails weren't being planted. Rye's being planted. That's all good. Let's have a quick look. Yes. So QAP. Let's look at the traffic designations. That's all restricted. That's good. Check out. Yep. Let's check out the pastures. So heading past I, I'm seeing what the zones are. So I'm checking out the pastures there. And in fact, in terms of zones, I should be able to place a zone like this and have it be garbage dump. And leave that for the moment. I'm just kind of hoping that no one steps on that thing. Well, they shouldn't do because this is a restricted area. It's restricted in terms of pathfinding, so they really shouldn't. Because when that bridge goes up, it will rather embarrassingly catapult anything into the air. Right, let's find some more garbage dumps. Let's start turning off some garbage dumps. Remove this zone. Oh, Shift X. Now, that's actually not going to have a huge amount of effect because there's still piles of things here, but they're all forbidden, is the thing. But what I want is for there to be exactly one garbage zone. So if I go back here and I remove that zone, that should be them all. I don't think I've made any others. Where am I? There I am. Zone, S zone. Oh, okay, you can find zones, but you can't find whether it's garbage specifically. So let's look at some zones, see what we can find. It's all just pastures. That's another pasture that I put dogs on, but I don't have any dogs at the minute. I had dogs there, they got eaten. That's another garbage dump, so I want to get rid of that one. So, I think that must be all the garbage zones done. That's the lever just been pulled. Okay, so let's check the zones again. Right. So, Z, stocks, enhanced view, tab. Now, what I want to do is Shift W to find the minimum wear. Control I to get rid of anything that's in anyone's inventory. And I guess I'll get rid of anything that's not on a Control J. Get rid of anything that's not on a job. Anything that's not owned. Right, so what I'll want to do is Shift F, okay. To apply to Shift A, yeah, so it's going now, Shift A, this is going to apply to listed, so Shift F to unforbid everything, and Shift dump to dump everything. So if it's got any kind of wear at all, and it's not owned and it's not in someone's inventory, it's going to get dumped. That is the plan there. Now, and then later on I'm going to squish it all once it all ends up in here. That's the plan. We'll see how that works. But I'm going to call it a day there, because I've been going about 50 minutes. So I've managed to not flood the dungeon again, which is quite pleasing. My Atom Smasher is possibly ready to smash atoms. Got some more flux down. I have some more ideas about blocking off the caverns, because I think blocking off the caverns so I control access to the caverns entirely, which I have not. I've just realised that I've not been doing. There's been holes in my fortress for ages, and I really need to look after that. I really need to check that. Yeah, gonna have a look at some of those DFHack commands to see if I can work out where's visible and where's not visible. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed today's session. Now, if you did enjoy today's session, please hit a like, or even a subscribe if you liked it a lot. That's always a good thing. And so there's a great big button on the left hand side if you do that, and you may also, if you so desire, join us at www.nearlyenoughdice.com, which is our role-playing game themed podcast, and it also has various articles and links and game reviews, video game reviews, all sorts of other things. But I do hope you join me next time, and until then, please have yourselves a very dwarfy day.